There's so much happening on a quantum level, on an energetic level these days, that it's very easy to lose sight of the bigger picture. When we're identified as the human being, these emotions start to come up that remind us of the past versions of who we truly are. And it's very easy to get embroiled in or tied up in that energy by really diving into it and just becoming it. Okay. That makes you feel very comfortable. It's something that the ego knows and is familiar with. So from a quantum level, our higher self is moving through us. This energy is coming online. We're experiencing DNA activations and removing or experiencing a lot of density so that it can be alchemized, so that our physical being can resonate to a higher frequency and therefore resonate with a higher frequency version of reality. New Earth, 5D Earth, whatever you want to term it. This includes being in contact with your star guides, with your higher self, your multidimensional aspects, even deceased loved ones. All of that all comes into play as we go through this expansion. But we are opening up quantumly to higher frequency timelines. Okay, so essentially we are in the midst of jumping from lower frequency timelines to higher frequency timelines. And throughout our day, we're passing through these as we move back and forth. We'll be moving to higher frequency ones. We'll be moving back down through lower frequency ones. And you will feel this as energetic shifts within your body. It's reflected up as thoughts. You may be feeling good, high vibe one moment. The next moment you're feeling low vibe, maybe some thoughts or stressors are triggering you. Things come up, something happens in your reality. That is because we are moving energetically through these various timelines. Now, what we want to do is bring awareness forward, bring more consciousness into the picture, and anchor into a higher frequency timeline. But as we're shifting and moving, we're encountering versions of ourselves or other timelines from our past that feel familiar, even though they don't feel good. And that's because in the space of this expansion and this growth, we're allowing that space for these old versions to come forward so that we could truly finally leave them behind. But what tends to happen, we identify with them and we kind of stick ourselves to that past version of ourselves or that old timeline. This is all happening subconsciously. So it's very important to bring awareness forward now and allow this process to play out as we're being moved and navigated through these various frequencies. Because remember, you're holding higher frequencies within you now, but you also have access to all the lower frequencies. Okay, so we're constantly going to be moving from a consciousness perspective through these different frequency bandwidths all throughout our day. So it's important to remember this and allow that energy to flow. When you bring intent forward to identify with something that doesn't feel good and become that, you're literally slowing down the energy moving through your body. You're lowering your vibration and sticking on a timeline. Think of just moving like this and you're getting stuck. Okay, we want to keep this moving. And I want you to know that you will be moving through many of these different frequency bandwidths or timelines throughout your day. That is completely normal. That is the process of bringing this energy forward so that we could fully release lower frequency timelines and step up into the higher ones. Okay, we need to experience the lower frequency energy so that we could fully feel it and process it and detach from it. Because when we identify with it, we are attaching to it and we are sticking there. And the process is, can you hold your awareness throughout your day? Can you be aware of this process as we're moving through these higher frequency and lower frequency, like this, higher frequency and lower frequency timelines, as more potential high frequency timelines open up to us as our consciousness expands? We are working to free ourselves from the lower ones. So no, even though it may feel like you're going backwards at times, and I've been feeling like that lately, there's stuff that's been coming up from a lower frequency timeline. For me, it's even manifesting in technology, just kind of weird things like that. Things from the past are popping back up. That is the energy rising because we are ready to move forward and detach from that and let go from it. These were previous or subconscious anchors that we've been storing within our body that have been tethering us to these lower timelines. So think of it like a submarine. I'm getting a vision of a submarine now where you have, it comes out so you can view above the water, right? And we have the ability from a consciousness perspective to do that, to come up above the water and look at higher frequency timelines, but we're still beneath, we're still tethered to the lower stuff, the more dense stuff. So this is a process of becoming aware of that, aware of the programming, bringing awareness forward, and really separating from it, detaching from it, fully feeling the emotional body, the emotional energy that is in there, so that we can raise its frequency. That allows the physical vessel, the physical being, the human being, to rise in frequency and actually join you, your consciousness, on that higher frequency timeline. Okay, so even though it may feel like you're going backwards, and I've heard this from a lot of people recently, a lot of things coming up, feeling like the healing that has been done in the past just hasn't stuck, hasn't worked. And I can assure you that is not the case. It has stuck. It has worked. You're just being shown some things that were buried even deeper, that are these little anchors, these little chains. Think of a hot air balloon being tethered or being weighted down with weights or tied to the ground. These are those little things that are holding you to an older version of you, an older timeline that you're being shown to release. And the other important thing I want to note again and highlight is that you are going to be traversing these throughout your day. You're holding so many different bandwidths of frequency. You are aware of these bandwidths of frequency now. So you're going to be moving into up higher frequencies and back down into lower frequencies throughout your day. That is part of this experience, the human experience. The physical body anchors us in to a slower state so we could perceive these denser energies. Know that it is normal. What we want to do is not get caught up in the emotions that are rising up. We want to be able to fully feel them from a detached perspective, from a perspective of awareness. Let that energy flow through us. This is a universe of motion. We want to keep our energy moving. Every time we try to identify or charge these dense emotions, we slow everything down. And that is opposite of what we want here. We want to get everything moving through the torque, through the central channel, so it could come out, this toroidal flow, and start to perceive these higher frequency timelines. But again, in order to do that, we're going to be passing through lower frequency versions, lower frequency timelines, so that we could cut some more of those chains that are anchoring us there. So continue to work through the process. Just let it flow. Let it flow. You're not moving backwards. You're moving forward. Sometimes it feels like you're going backwards, as I've said, but know that you are moving forward. You're just revisiting things that were more deeply hidden. And because of this expansion, you're able to really dive in and bring awareness to some of this. Your soul is showing you this. It's reflecting it out into your reality so that you can really take a look at it and fully feel it and allow that energy to be. Allow it to just be felt. Allow yourself to feel. That is so, so important right now. So hopefully this video resonated with you guys. Give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you.